Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching, you can share this channel and my video and help support the Awesome Bands Nights feature. And today I'm here with Modal Citizan. How you doing today?
Well,
it's good to have you guys. And you want to start off and give us a little history about the band?
yeah. Let me turn my lights on. All right. There we go. All right. So, history about the band. Let's see here. We started what, Sean? Back in 19? Is that right? End of 19?
Yeah.
Something like that. And then, I mean, this is the short of it. Started at the end of 19. Started recording at the end of 19. And then, yeah, we worked really hard throughout 20 all the way up to about October. And then we got Control Ultra Deplete wrapped up and out the door. That's the short of it.
Awesome.
A ton of details in there, but I mean, we can tell you about like how everything kind of got started. We could do that if you want.
Yeah, how the whole band formed and got together.
How did we form? So it started off as a side project that I had going on for a couple years, and I mean, I guess the short of it is like I let some people at work listen to it, and they're like, "Well, you need to get some live folks on this." You know, some instruments like a bass, you know, guitar, drums, all that good stuff. And so then I advertised, you know, they told me where to put stuff, post stuff on like social media and on, you know, Craigslist and whatnot. And oddly enough, I guess it was Adam who ultimately, our guitarist, who ultimately came up with the goods. And yeah, started off with that. He came over. In fact, I sent some stuff out. I said, hey, send it back. You know, play over top of this, you know, that kind of thing. Let me see what you got. And he sent some stuff back. It was kicking. And then invited him over. We sat down and worked on some tracks. And then I think he reached out to you, Sean, right after that.
Yeah.
He's like, come over here and get killed. This guy's going to kill us. This Craigslist dude. Right, Sean?
Yeah, something like that. So, yes, I'd been talking with Adam for a little bit, you know, about the project. And he's like, yeah, really want to come over, check this out. So go over there and hang out with Ryan. We work on some stuff. And, yeah, the rest is about it, man. You know, it's just been pushing on since then, you know.
We did have a few interesting things happen along the way. It's kind of like Adam. Adam's like, hey, you know, send the stuff over to Shannon O'Shea and Sean Bevan and see what they think about it, you know. And I'm like, first of all, no offense, like I wasn't even sure who he was talking about, you know. He was like, you know, yeah, it's the lady that did Garbage and, you know, all this other stuff, and then Sean Bevan's the guy that did 9 Inch Nails and Manson and all that stuff. I'm like, here I am. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I'll just go ahead and draft up an email, see what happens. And man, it wasn't but like a couple, maybe not even a couple days. I mean, they fired right back, right?
Yeah, it was pretty quick. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, so it's like, hey, send us more. What you got?
And I'm like, here's some more. They're like, did you send it all? Yeah, send us all of it. I'm like, whoa. So then, yeah, we were kind of floored. So that kind of opened the doors for us as far as like, you know, we've already shot for the stars and hit or shot for the moon, hit the stars, whatever. And then, so we weren't afraid to like reach out to other folks and see if they would be interested in either collaborating or, you know, working on the album. And yeah, that's how we got Amir to rock, you know, from Orgy, to work on some stuff for us. And yeah, it's been an awesome ride. Awesome ride.
Awesome. And tell us all about the process of making a new album, Control Ultra Deplete.
the process. Beer and chicken wings, man. That's all it is. Yeah, I mean, we say that all the time, beer and chicken wings, but I mean, we are very focused, you know, we're very diligent, very meticulous with our process as far as like how we do things. A lot of times I'll start off with like a demo track, you know, work on some things, and then I'll send it off to Sean and Adam, and they listen to it, and it's kind of like, it's almost like the week before, you know, is kind of like homework. And then when they get here, it's like, okay, what did you guys think? And what did you have in mind for that particular track and all that stuff? And that seems to be kind of like the process. You know, we'd come up with a demo track, or like maybe 5 demo tracks, and then I'd send them over to them, and then and they'd listen to them and be like, oh, I really like that one. I'm like, yeah, I like that one too. So then we'd start, they'd start jamming on it, and I'd open up Logic, and and then say, okay, let's lay this down, and then it sounds like an easy thing, but as far as like where we put the notes for just about everything, Sean, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were just very, very crazy about where things went and how they fit together. We weren't like, oh yeah, just throw that together. That sounds cool. Yeah, oh, that sounds cool. No, it wasn't like that. I mean, there were times, more often than not, and even this past weekend, right? We're working on the new album. I'm sitting right there with my ear right next to the speaker, that whichever they're playing from or whatever. And I'm like, no, the notes got to go here. Or they're like, how about this? And how about that? I'm like, yeah, okay. But then we have to have it in this cadence, whatever. And we were just every single note on that album, I swear, and every album to come, probably, we're, we just put everything in the right place, and it's got to feel right, And I think that's one thing that people don't realize that we do. We're just crazy about where everything goes and how it feels and how it sounds and how it locks together and how the rhythm is, and changing the rhythms, changing the times. That's one of the more difficult things we've had. Changing the time signatures on stuff, especially with this new album. But yeah, the process. So demo, generally, working through that demo. Sometimes we jam. Citizen Kane came out of a jam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of opened up Logic, and I threw down a drum beat inside of Logic, and then, yeah, next thing you know, we're like, oh my gosh. And I grabbed the microphone, I was like, and it was just, yeah, it's wicked. Cool thing about Citizen Kane, I know I'm meandering or whatever, but, we had sent some songs over to Amir, and initially it was like, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 tracks or something like that, and we hadn't done Citizen Kane yet, and he had picked one. I think he had picked Numlock initially, and then when we got done with Kane, I resent everything to him. I think there was like maybe 3 left to do on the album, and he immediately fired back. He's like, I want Kane. He didn't even say Citizen Kane. He was like, I want Kane. I'm like, yeah, it's about right. And so anyway, sorry. Next question.
Cool. I was going to say, you got 19 tracks, which is kind of a lot, almost like a double record.
It is. We had to trim some stuff off. Sorry, everybody, from the CD. Like, we have a CD also, like a printed CD and stuff, and we've been signing those for some folks. And but we had to trim some stuff off. It's either that or release a double album, And I know a lot of people out there are releasing like EPs and stuff like that, but we have so many songs in our backlog and so many songs that fit the story, and I can't even imagine, releasing something. Not to say that everybody's doing a bad job, but we are definitely working overtime to make sure the listeners have some content to listen to. That album we want people to put in, and we want them to remember it years later.
Yeah.
Tell the kids about it. Stuff like
Awesome.
that. Yeah.
And I see you just recently filmed a new music video for Crossing Over When I Rise. And when is that going to be released?
Sean's like,
soon, we hope soon, sometime soon. Best we could tell you is, there's a lot of editing. There's hours and hours of editing on that, and then it's got to get mastered out. So we're leaving that in the hands of Matt and Drew, and see where we're at. But I'm hoping really soon. So it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah. There's so much involved in that thing. It was a full script, and all kinds of special effects and all kinds of costume wear, and just, you name it. But it could have been, in fact, the way it felt, it was like it could have been a movie at times. There are parts in there that are cinematic. There's like the table scene for sure. The bathroom scene with the pool of blood in the bathtub. Which was interesting. We ended up not ruining the bathtub with all the blood in it. But yeah, it was a very, very awesome experience. And as far as I'm concerned, I'd love to do we're gonna do more, but I would love to do more like that are full blown like that, And it's really cool because the Revenant One story, the podcast and the story and everything, and then Crossing Over and all that stuff plays into it. The whole album, Control to Deplete, plays into it, but. We can do like cinematic type videos, which I think are missing, in these days,
Yeah.
People, yeah, they open up a video and it's just the band just sitting there jamming, all you know, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but we want more content. You know, we are definitely thinkers, and we are definitely we're not actors, but I mean kind of, but I mean we're performers, and I think there's a lot more to music and music videos and all that stuff than just getting up in front of the thing and just. There's a time and place to do that, getting up in front of the camera and jamming, but you know there is, you know, and crossing over in that video, there is a band performance scene in there. In fact, I think he's going to scatter it throughout, but yeah, all that's important, but we want to give him more. So.
Awesome. Yeah. What made you pick that song to make a video for?
It's badass. No. Yeah, I mean, I think it was between that one and Citizen Kane. You know, Morgan would have been a little bit more difficult right now because it's more of like, you know, Morgan is like a club kind of scene, you know, as the story goes. But like Citizen Kane would have taken us outside a lot more. Same thing with Crossing Over, took us outside a good bit. But the song is just great, and I just love the way it ramps up. It's so unsuspecting. I mean, a lot of our songs are unsuspecting. You listen to it and you're like, oh yeah, and all of a sudden it just blows up out of nowhere, and you're like, oh shit. Oh, am I allowed to swear?
It's a good song, yeah. I like it. It's a good song.
Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, we just thought, you know, it's a good song. I mean, it was so hard to pick, but a lot of our songs kind of get, I don't want to say they're long. They are kind of long. Some of them are kind of long, but Crossing Over was kind of hit the sweet spot. Citizen Kane would have done the same, but it gave us enough, you know, I think it was like in the 4-minute range, where we can actually, you know, get everything in there, the band performance and some, you know, some acting and this and that. So, and the song was just really good. You know, we had a lot of positive feedback from that one. I guess initially, obviously Morgan, we got a lot of positive feedback from that one too. But everything else, it's like as you get down through the album, people just need to get through it. You know, Citizen Kane and all that stuff. I think we put those up. We posted those as like top tracks because they started gaining traction pretty fast, you know, with iTunes and Spotify and stuff like that. So, you know, we went with Crossing Over.
Awesome. I want to ask, what kind of genre would you classify yourself as? Because there's like a mix. There's like rock, alternative, a little industrial, electronic, and I was wondering how you would classify yourself.
Sean, what would you say?
That's kind of tough. I don't know. I would say a bit industrial. You know, primitive.
Some of the stuff gets pretty heavy.
Yeah, some of it gets pretty heavy. So, yeah, it's within that realm. You know, some people were saying, you know, it's more of like a cold wave industrial or little EBM on the side, but it is what it is. So just kind of let it be its own animal and you know, kind of see where it goes.
We'll say, hey, listen to which song would that be? It would be Citizen Kane. I'm trying to think of the damn song. We got so many tracks on our album. I'm like, yeah, just pick one of them up and just figure it out from there. I mean, the funny thing is, like Numlock, you couldn't even really do it from Numlock. You know, Numlock starts off kind of like, I don't know. Is it alternative? Would you say Numlock kind of starts, Sean? But then it like picks up, you know, later on.
It's kind of alternative, but it doesn't really sound like Soundgarden or anything like that. So, I mean, it's
You mentioned Soundgarden. I like Trepidation. That's another good one, right? You pick up Trepidation. There's like it's almost hip hoppy in some of the spots, right, Sean?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, everything is just you, all that stuff. It's like it's all like dancey. It's like, oh, I can get it in the groove. Next thing you know, we just kind of blow the doors off and it goes, it drops, it goes really, really fast, and then it drops into that like what's Adam call it, the stormtrooper like thing or whatever, and then it gets all crazy, and then Bevan did a phenomenal job on that. If he's when he watches this, I just want him to know he did a phenomenal job on that thing, man. You know, that drop, and then I mean, sucking the air out of the room with that drop and just going nuts. It's great. Anyway, did we answer the question? Yeah, I don't know. New wave, cold wave.
I like it, yeah, because there's a bunch of genres mixed together and going on. I like it. Nice style.
Peter Gabriel. We got somebody said somebody said he sounds like Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, that's on.
Hey, that's fine. You know, I love Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Cool. Now, if people want to look you up online, find your music on social media, how do they do that?
Sean, you want to take that one?
ModalCitizen.com. We are on Bandcamp. So Bandcamp, Instagram, Facebook, obviously, iTunes, all across all those platforms right there. Most positive way to get in touch with us is through our .com, so ModalCitizen.com, or through Bandcamp. You know.
Yeah, all the links are on the ModalCitizen.com. You know, you can get in there. You can also get to the Revenant One podcast from there. That's on all the major podcast platforms too. I highly recommend that story. It's I find myself every once in a while, I'll even go back and listen to it, and I'll be like, wow. I mean, we did that. That's really cool, you know. And we actually have some new people coming on here. I don't think I can say their names right now. I don't want to. I'm gonna keep it a secret for a little bit, anyways. We got some really cool people, some known people that are getting on this podcast, and it's gonna shock some people. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Very excited.
Awesome. And tell us what else you have coming up in the near future.
In the near future, so we are going to be working on some more videos. That's gonna keep Adam happy. He's not here right now, but he wants to do more videos. That's fine. We could do more videos. Definitely a lot more advertising, more pushes, and this and that. We might be doing some collaborations with some folks out there. That's another thing. We've been in touch with a lot of folks. We have the new album that we're working on. We never really stopped. You know, some people might, you know, release an album and I'm like, okay, wow, we did it, and let's just keep on, you know, pushing this album and see what we can get out of that. And we didn't do that. I mean, we have, you know, I'm not even going to say the number anymore. We've got so many songs. And I say so many. I heard somebody on an interview not too long ago. They're like, we got like 40 songs. I'm like, that's kind of nothing really. We have hundreds of songs in our backlog. We come up with several songs a week. Sean, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of you know, partial ideas, and then there's a whole lot of stuff that we start working on, and we kind of put it on a back burner for a little bit, and then we come back and go, oh yeah, what was the name of the song? Shit, let me find it.
Yeah.
So Ron starts going through. He's looking. He's like, hold on, is this it? Pulls it up. Oh yeah, no, that's that other one I was gonna look at too, but
yeah. So yeah, so we have that. We have the new album that we're working on right now. I'm calling it Jackal. There's a lot of reasons why I'm calling it Jackal. There'll be a lot more explanation in the near future about why that is what it is. But yeah, so I think that's enough. You know, having some more videos, some pushes, some collaborations, and new tracks coming out. We'll be releasing some singles, hopefully in the near future. And yeah, what else, Sean? Would you say? What else do we have in our coffers?
oh man, like Ryan says, you know, like we really hadn't stopped. We just keep going. It's kind of weird, but you know, like finish it up, celebrate for a couple good days, and then do some more work on the album as far as video production, and then we get right back in and just keep on trudging along. Like, here's another idea, or you know, got this song here, and then we start working on that. So, future-wise, man, just keep doing what we're doing, I'm guessing, you know, and see if some new opportunities come up.
Yeah, artistically too. I think that's another thing. You know, there's the music, but then there's also, in my mind, there's the art behind everything. And like we're collaborating with some folks. How do you pronounce his name, Sean? Is it Sam Sheeran? Is that it?
Sam Sheridan.
Sheeran. Every time I look at it, I'm like, what is that? So he's done like album artwork for, I think he's done Nails, and he has done Nails and some other folks. So we're going to be getting him on our album art for this next coming, this upcoming album. So all that's being drafted up now as far as contracts and all that stuff. And But beyond that, there's, I might definitely want to add more of an artistic flair to everything. I want to, create more videos, create more promos, just create, some really touching things for all the songs that we have. And I think that's going to keep us busy for a good while. And to play out, that's going to be great.
Yeah. Whenever we can get out there and hit a stage somewhere, that's going to be fun. So once all the vaccines have been handed out and we've got the numbers down to a safe level for the government to say, hey, we can go back to pretty much normal life.
It seems to be nuts, man. You know what I mean? There's so many people that are like hunkering down and just creating and stuff. And I'm very excited to see what they have. That'll be kind of cool.
It's true.
I mean, they can be scared of us and everything, but that's a given.
Yeah.
So.
I think everybody's been inside long enough. They've been working on music and different projects. We're seeing a lot that's out there that's come out since quarantine. So, yeah, it's going to be amazing once everybody can just open those gates and get right back out there and get to doing what they really enjoy. So,
yeah. So have you been doing just like a bunch of interviewing and stuff like that? Is that what you've been doing? So that was for you, not Sean.
Oh, what, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been interviewing nonstop on the Skype because I used to, go to the shows and do the interviews at the shows. But now that I can't, I'm just nonstop with the Skype, which is kind of cool because I'm getting to talk to different bands and different areas I wouldn't normally get to. Like I've talked to a lot of bands from Europe and different countries and stuff. So it's actually opened up some doors to talk to some different artists myself.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
Central New Jersey.
Okay.
Kind of by Asbury Park, the Stone Pony. I'm sure you've heard of that venue.
Yeah, I've heard of all of that. Yeah. What is that? The Cake Boss is up there somewhere, right? I went to that bakery. I sat outside for like 2 hours trying to get into the place, and then finally got in there and got like a cupcake. I'm like, well, I got a cupcake and some other pastry or whatever, and I was like, yeah, it's good.
$7 cupcake.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, how much you want for that? Are you serious right now? Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I do know a lot of venues are starting to book artists and shows and stuff for the summer and the fall, so
Oh, cool.
hopefully we can get some stuff going.
Yeah.
We'll have to get Adam on that. We're like, Adam, is something else going on that we don't know about?
Yeah, when you guys play, I'll definitely come out and see you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be nuts. So the thing is, like for us, because of our work ethic and because we're so much, like I said before, meticulous, and we want to ensure that whatever the consumers get, whatever the listeners get, whatever the viewers get, they're getting their money's worth. So, I mean, we might have to cut off some chicken heads and stuff like that and spray it on the crowd. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll definitely have to. We'll get what they're paying for, though. For sure.
Figure out, like you said, a stage production, kind of like more of a performance, right?
Yeah. We're not just gonna get up there and be like da 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 and get off the stage. That's not how it's working. What's that?
Kind of gored up.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Chicken heads and blood flying.
Yeah. What is Ramstein? No. Is he shooting like sperm into the crowd or something like that? That's pretty nasty. But
I think people are going to go wild because it's been so long since people have been able to go to shows that as soon as people can go to concerts, the energy is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be like having not had a sandwich for like 10 years, and then you finally eat a sandwich. You're like, man, this is the best sandwich I've ever had. It's the best. Is it the best sandwich you've ever had? It's going to be like that. And even if you suck, this is the best band ever. I'm going to buy all the merch. Like, yeah. Good times. Not saying people are bad judges, but it is what it is. It's true though. Everybody's clamoring for it right now. Especially those people that would, actively, go to all kinds of shows. I mean, they buy all kinds of tickets for the venues, and they'd be like, "I'm going to every one of those." And it's like, you can't, obviously the kibosh has been put on that. But once that gets released or removed, yeah, people are going to go crazy.
Yeah, it must be weird for you guys too, not playing live for so long.
Well, to be honest, Sean and Adam, those guys, and even David, all those guys that play live, they played live. But I have not sat on stage and grabbed the microphone yet. Yeah, so, yeah. So I'm gonna be like the kid up there. They're gonna be like, Ryan, don't do that. Don't do that, Ryan. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm setting it on fire. I'm setting it on fire. Everything's gonna be burning at the end. You know, it's like fire and anger and tears and blood, all that good stuff.
Well, yeah, I look forward to when you guys can play live again. It's good talking with you, and everybody look them up.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't get the spelling wrong. Oh my gosh, you get the spelling wrong, and you'll get some other band out there that sounds subpar, and that is not us. So it's MODALCITIZAN, Modal Citizen. So, yeah.
And everyone watching, I've linked their music in the video description, so everybody go check that out and look them up.